Good evening, guys, and then welcome to get another session. Um, Normally we do these sessions weekly where we pick certain topics to discuss, and then we try to get solutions to our trading problems. Yeah. Today I want to go a different route. I think for a while now, every time we pick a topic and then we do. But then what I want us to do today is just pick certain questions and then discuss. So I know from what I'm seeing here I can recognize some of the people here, and I know that some of us here have been trading for a while. So I want to more or less pick what issues you guys are having, and then we look to discuss them. You understand? We look at what problems you're having, and then we discuss them, and then try to provide solutions. So we have roughly like 30 minutes. So we're going to try to answer as much questions as we can answer. So you guys understand? Um, If you want to ask anything, just drop it in the chat section and then we get started. Yeah. Time frame do you start to analyze your market? So the time frame I start analyzing my charts from normally is the 4 hour time frame. So, like we've already spoken about extensively, and you see from the videos of our previous sessions, the 4 hour time frame more or less gives you that whole idea of the short term, more or less short term direction of price movement. It tells you what price is doing, overall what price is doing now. So what I use it for is just get if the market is actually in a downtrend, uptrend, or it's ranging. That's where I start my analysis from. Now, there's this whole fear where we're always feeling like, okay, if I'm starting my analysis at just this 4 hour time frame, what happens to the daily, the weekly? The same thing happening on this 4 hour time frame is the same thing. It's not like it's the same thing, but then I can look at this 4 hour time frame and then know what the daily or weekly is doing. That's not even the important part. The important part is actually that if the daily or weekly is going to affect the 4 hour time frame, you're going to see it on this 4 hour time frame. So let's say you see all this move that we have here from this top to the downside here. You see that price is more or less looking like it's doing series of lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now, if we go to something like the daily time frame, you're going to, all that is going to look like one movement. All that is going to look like one movement. Let me go to the daily time frame so you guys see. So see it. See what I'm saying here? You can see that all that movement is looking like what? One movement. So if price actually taps like a daily zone where it wants to reverse, do you understand? On the daily time frame, it's just going to tap and then you get one move to the upside. But then on the 4 hour time frame, you see that price will more or less shift structure. So there is no need to fear. On the 4 hour time frame, instead of having one move, we're going to have something like this. Price actually starting to break highs to the upside. So this downtrend that we had to the downside here will change to an uptrend. I don't know if you guys get it. So there's no need to fear. So the 4 hour, and then why I use the 4 hour is because I'm a day trader. If I was something like a swing trader, it would depend on what my directional time frame is. So every trader needs to have the directional time frame, mid time frame, and then your entry time frame. Hope you guys get it. And what time frame do you mark your support and resistance? The time frame I mark my support and resistance is the 4 hour, sorry, the 1 hour time frame. So once I get the direction or once I get the trend on the 4 hour, I go to the 1 hour time frame to get my zone. So let me break that down for you. So if you look at this price movement to the downside, we're more or less in a range, but then currently we are bearishly biased because we've been having sort of like lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then another lower low, and then price has gone up to create more or less a lower high. Do you understand? Now, at the same time, price just tapped the low of the range, so we could get a reversal. Do you understand? But then since price has not broken highs on this 4 hour time frame, I'm still leaning towards sales. And if you look at this, price just taps like a 4 hour resistance level up there. I'm not highlighting it. I'm just trying to tell you that price has tapped like a 4 hour area of interest. Now, if this 4 hour area of interest here is strong enough to make price sell, if it's strong enough to make price sell, you'll see that on the 1 hour time frame, we're going to get a reversal. We're going to get a shift in market structure, which you can see that currently 1 hour is looking like an uptrend because we're having like lower low, lower high, lower low, and then price just broke above. Do you understand? We've tapped that high now. If this high here is strong enough to make price sell, what we're going to get is more or less a shift. Price is going to start breaking lows, so we can lean towards the sells. Do you understand? So on this 4 hour time frame now, I'll wait for price to shift. Once it shifts, I get opportunities. I'll start looking for opportunities to sell. In this case now, I highlight my 1 hour support and then resistance. So in this case, my resistance level, and then I look at price coming back to tap inside, then we get a sell to the downside. Something like that. And then once price gets into the area, I'll actually go to the 5 minutes to like look for a confirmation. So Em is asking, let's talk about how to pass a prop firm. Honestly, honestly, this is a very broad topic. I don't think it's a one size fits all shoe. Do you get? It's something it's something that is it's something that requires a lot of things. Do you understand? Passing prop firms goes beyond just taking trades. It has to do with your trading also. It has to do with you being able to fine tune it to to suit yourself and then be able to like suit the system they are giving you. I don't know if you understand what I mean. There are a lot of things that actually go into passing a prop firm. Do you understand? Like if I buy a prop firm and then I feel like that prop firm is what is going to change my life. If if I pass it, I'm going to have a lot of money. If I don't pass it, I'm going to be worse off. All that sort of stuff. I'll not be able to pass it. Because now I'm operating from, I don't want to say fear, but then I'm operating from that whole point of I really want to make the money. What that does now, it gives that whole attachment to the account. I'm not able to like do what I need to do. When it comes to moments where I'm not supposed to be greedy, I'm going to be greedy because I want the money. When it comes to times where I'm not supposed to be afraid, I'll be afraid because I don't want to lose the money. So you see that those forces of fear and greed will just be playing a very strong role in your ability to pass it. So I think for me, one thing I always advise people is that, in as much as prop firm is a very nice way to learn discipline, you need to go in to a certain level. You need to know what your trading system is. If you don't know what your trading system is, you cannot really start fine tuning your risk management and then working on your trading psychology. You need to be able to identify at any point that, okay, this trade, it was because I did not do my risk management well. That's why it did not work. This trade is because I did not follow my strategy. That's why it did not work. But then if I don't even know what my strategy is, I'm not going to be able to know if I followed it or not. Do you get? I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. So all these things are things that you have to factor in. And when it comes to passing this thing, I don't think we cannot just speak about it broadly. I feel we'll be missing the point. The whole thing is just to pick issues. So if it's maybe risk management on prop firm accounts, we can pick and then talk about it. If it's maybe what type of setups to get, we can pick and then talk about it. Do you understand? Like I said initially, it's not a one size fits all. We all are coming from different trading systems. We're coming from different backgrounds. We're coming from financial, mental, all different types of backgrounds. We're coming from them. And all these things affect how we operate in the market. Do you understand? Any other question? Okay, someone said, can you mark a support or resistance? Uh, let's talk about setup to pass the problem. Okay, I'll talk about that. Can you mark a support or resistance on the H4 and also on the H1? Honestly, there's no need because it will make your charts noisy. Do you understand? Why I even highlighted that one was because I just wanted to like show you guys something. But normally, yeah, what I'll just do is once I get the trend, let me pick a market that is not ranging. Let's see USD current. I don't like this structure. Let me find another one. Let's see USD CHF. Hmm, USD JPY. Shit, it's crazy. Looking for something with a structure that is not complicated so that I'll be able to explain it very well. All these ones have complicated. This one too is kind of like ranging on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see Euro USD. Well, it's actually December. We're heading towards like December 13th. So crazy stuff. Okay, I think we can work with this. Let's see what the flower is looking like. Oof, this is interesting. So just pay attention, guys. Let's look at this. Let's try to like unravel this. So if you look at this structure to a certain level, let's just follow it slowly. Yeah. So from this side, it looks like price was doing a downtrend. So we're having series of lower lows, lower high, more or less like a lower low here. We sort of did some plenty move here, but then bottom line is we actually broke to the downside, and then we created another lower low, lower high, failure to create another lower low. Then we broke above and then we started creating a higher high, higher low. We had like equal highs, and then price broke to the downside, and then we more or less shifted again. So from here we started creating lower low, lower high. We failed to create another lower low, and then we broke above. Do you understand? We just created higher high. Price came back to like retest that level. We more or less like created higher low, and then now we're pushing up. Do you understand? So retracement has ended, impulsive move is starting. Do you understand? Now, remember what I told you guys that if I have like one move to the upside on the 4 hour time frame, if I go to like the 1 hour, it's going to look like an uptrend. So what we're going to anticipate here is that we're going to be seeing series of higher high, higher low, higher high. Do you understand? So that's the only thing we're looking to do with this 4 hour time frame. Get what trend the market is leaning towards. Now, after here, we're dropping to the 1 hour time frame. Now, what are we looking for on this 1 hour time frame? We're looking for opportunities to buy. Now, see what I told you. See what I told you guys. So if you look at the most recent structure here, you can see that the market was actually like in a downtrend. We created lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we shifted and then we started creating like higher high, see higher low. And then price has pushed up to create another higher high. Now it's pushing down to create a higher low. Now, this is where I'm going to be looking at the next best place for me to buy. Do you understand? Now, in this case, now the next best place for me to buy will depend on the kind of like systems I use to like get my entries, whether I support our resistance, trend lines, or Fibonacci, any of the zones at all. So in this case, now let's say we're using basic support and resistance. We have a support level here. Now, if we extend it, you see that price is just tapping inside. And you can see that rejections, price is trying to like reject, price is struggling to like break it. Now, what we're going to do, since price is actually inside this zone, is drop to our 5 minutes time frame. Now, what are we looking for in our 5 minutes time frame? A confirmation that price is actually going to reverse from here. Now, what's that confirmation? It's actually a shift in market structure. If you look at this 5 minutes, same thing we've been talking about higher time frames and then breaking it down. You see that on this 5 minutes, price is doing lower low, lower high, this equal low here, lower high, then another lower low. So what I'm looking for now is for price to more or less shift, that's break a high on this 5 minutes time frame. So once price breaks a high here, it's not just going to be a coincidence. It's going to show strong signs of what those buys being present at this 1 hour zone. I don't know if you guys are getting this whole thing. Do you understand? So once price breaks above the high, I'll just highlight the 5 minutes resistance to support, wait for price to tap inside and then I buy. It's basically it. It's more or less the same thing we're doing. We're breaking it down from like the higher time frame to like the lower time frames. So what's happening December 13th? Oh, December 13th. It's more or less from experience. Yeah, I always notice that once December 13th reach, you'll not really be able to see any trades in the market. So Emmy, that's let's talk about the setup to pass the prop firm. Honestly, as long as you have a high probability strategy, you can use it to pass your prop firm. Do you get the most important thing that it's a high probability strategy? So, what makes a high probability strategy for me is first of all, it should have a clear or you should have a clear way of identifying trends, whether uptrends or downtrends or ranging markets. Aside that, you should have a clear area of interest. That's where you're looking to enter your trades from. Do you understand? You should have a clear way of defining them. Do you get now? Aside your entry strategy, you also need to have your exit strategy. So if I enter a buy here, where do I put my stop loss? Where do I put my take profits? Your strategy should have all of this. Now, all of this should be in line with top-down analysis. That's starting from higher time frames to lower time frames. Do you understand? For me, I feel that's like a high probability strategy. Now, okay, someone is saying, what's the mindset of money in trading? I love this question because I think the mindset is it sounds simple, but then it's not as simple as it sounds. There's this thing when I first started working with Habi, he used to tell me this thing that money will come, money will go. Do you understand? And at that point, I'd not really realize it, or I'd not really understand it because I used to feel like, no, it's because he has money. That's why he's telling me money will come, money will go. Do you understand? It's because he has money. He has more money than me. Even if he blow account, he still get money to fund. Me, we just get one account. Do you get? Trust me, the account will blow and then you still not die. You still get money to fund again. So when you hold on to it, that's when you even make more mistakes. But once you trade it from a free mind perspective, that okay, even if this, it's not as if you want the account to blow, but then you're trying to assure yourself that even if it blows, you're going to be fine. So there's no need to panic. There's no need to stress. There's no need to be greedy. There's no need to have FOMO. Do you understand? Now, it's the same reason why you see that we can only make money on demo accounts, but then we cannot make money on live accounts, especially as beginner traders. Why? Because you don't see any consequences with trading that demo account. You can hold the trade for 8 days. It will be in loss, and then you come back and then come and see it in profit and close it. Try it on your real account, you nearly have heart attack. Do you understand? If it's an account that you are so attached to it, you'll not be able to trade it. Do you understand? Because now it's from that account you're looking to get money to eat. It's from that account you're looking to get money to pay your rent. It's from that account you're looking to get money to go and flex with them guys. You're not going to be able to do anything, honestly. So, first of all, it's not just by saying money will come, money will go. You have to condition yourself in a way that money will truly come, money will truly go. Do you get like it's it's a conditioning. You cannot just tell yourself money will come, money will go. You have to have that place where as it's going, it's coming. Do you understand? So you just have to find a way to condition yourself in that place where you're not trading from a perspective of lack. Do you understand? It's just it. Now, I'm still saying if you lose 5 trades in a row following your trading plan correctly, does that mean your strategy is not a high probability strategy? Me of before will tell you yes, but then me of these days will tell you anything is possible. I think it was last year that I was only saying there's no way I can get like 5 losses in a row. And then the market blessed me graciously with 5 losses in a row. So it happens. Do you understand? But then most times it's not just it's not just the losses coming out of the blue. Maybe there's something you're missing. Like for me, it was from that perspective that I was not identifying the trends well. So if you're not able, let's say you see a ranging market and then you forcefully call it an uptrend or a downtrend, you know they are going to lose money. Do you understand? Same thing if you see an uptrend and then you want to trade it like a range, you're going to lose money. Do you understand? So it's there's always something you're missing. So there's this thing I posted yesterday that I said analyze, trade, learn. Yes. Whether profit or loss, you should learn. Do you understand? So if it's profits, just learn what you did good and then keep doing it. If it's a loss, still learn what where you're having a problem and then try to like fine tune it. Trust me, that whole thing of every trade has a lesson to learn is actually true. Do you understand? But then let's not be the one that you're going to go and overfind it because there are certain things that it's just going to be small, small mistakes. Like the last trade we took on the group, the last signal I dropped, we were in profits and then we missed take profits by like I think half a pip or so. It was not even up to half a pip. It was like one pipet or two pipets. Price not tap take profits. And even if price got to that level, because of spread self, it would have not closed easily immediately. Now, I was telling in the morning when I woke up, I saw that price was close to our entry. And then this guy was asking if we should close. And then I was like, I'm still holding. I think what I learned from that experience, and I posted it on the group, was that next time, if we see something like that, if we see that price got close to our take profit and then starts reversing, just move stop loss to break even. That way now we've learned how we will not lose money unnecessarily next time. Do you understand? It's not as if we'll not lose again, but then we'll not lose unnecessarily. That's just it. So how can I stay profitable in trading? Profitability is for me is just like discipline. I don't think it's a one-time thing. Like discipline is not like a cap that you wear and then it sticks on your head. Do you understand? It's something that you have to keep practicing, practicing, practicing. Whether I like it or not, forces of greed and fear will always have you, will always haunt you as a trader. But then it's just that the more you stay long in the business, the tougher skin you have. So you and then if you can, the more you stay, the more you are able to identify that okay, this one is fear, this one is FOMO, this one is just greed making me to take this trade. This trade is not rhyming with my strategy, so just lock up. It's just greed that is forcing you to enter. Do you understand? So I feel it's that whole constant effort of you trying to keep a clear head. One, I think so. And then be truthful to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Are you risking too much? Are you jumping on unnecessary trades? Are you taking trades that are not rhyming with your strategy? All these things are things that I have to factor in. Those are not all. There's different questions that you need to ask yourself always. But then bottom line is it's not a one time something. There are a lot of things you need to learn over time and then fine tune and then continue doing them to actually stay profitable. So someone is saying, as a beginner, is it okay to use a lot size of 0.5? Depends on the kind of account you're trading. So if not really depends on the kind of account you're trading. As a beginner, the aim of you trading in your first couple of months is to learn. Do you understand? Is to learn. A 0.05 lot size, if every pip movement you're going to be losing, sorry, you're going to be losing or making $0.50. Do you understand? Like $100 account, honestly, I won't advise you just stick to 0.01. Even if you have 1,000, honestly, as a beginner, I'll just say it, just stick to 0.01. Because you're trading from a perspective of you want to learn. If you make money off it, it's this thing, it's a byproduct. Do you understand? You want to be trading from that perspective. Yeah, every trade you have a clear head to look at, okay, what did I do right or what did I do wrong? Do you understand? But then if you start using big lot size, the what's it called, self? The anxiety will not even allow you pay attention to the trade. Do you understand? If you take one loss now, let's say you lose $20, you want to recover it by force. And that will make you want to jump into the market, like jump, 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 jump. You get all that will more or less start costing you more. It's just it, honestly. I think we'll take one last question, then we go. So, who is a beginner trader? How many months does your beginner era end? Fuck. Sorry, I'm going to post this on YouTube. YouTube. Oh shit. Honestly, this question is more or less relative. Do you understand? It's not something that is strict. Do you get? I'm going to be sincere with you guys. Even when I started teaching people how to trade, I was still a beginner trader. I'll still consider myself a beginner trader. If you guys observe, I only started adding FX Scooby to my name this year. Before it was still just Scooby or DJ Scooby. And I think it was because deep down I knew that I had not known it yet. Do you understand? But then now I have that whole confidence that you don't get where you touch. Do you understand? Like there's literally nothing about being profitable that I have not been able to like work on and then more or less fine tune to get it. Do you understand? So now I know I'm not a beginner trader. So I think it's still something that is within. You cannot lie to yourself. Honestly, you cannot lie to yourself. And like I said, most people did not know why I was not putting the FX on my name. But then I think deep down, that was the reason. I used to not want to put it because I felt like I did not know the business like that. I felt like I was not a forex trader yet. Do you understand? In as much as I already started teaching people since like 2022. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that was like the first time I started teaching people. You get so honestly, I feel it's something that is deep down. But then once you're able to identify trades, do you understand? And then manage your emotions and then be able to manage your money also. I feel at that point you're not a beginner trader anymore. I think so. I think so. And then you need to still know that there's that whole intermediate phase where it's not as if you don't know all these things. You know them, but then you're trying to fine tune them. Yes, at that point you are not a beginner trader. Do you understand? Beginner trader, and I say up to now, you don't know how to enter a trade. You don't know how to identify trends. You don't know what your strategy is. Yeah, you're a beginner trader. Do you understand? I think that's basically the difference. So, last question. Few summarized history of your trading journey till you became profitable. See, honestly, I think I've forgotten most of the parts. If you look at the last free physical class we did, I think the reason why I was telling you guys that I brought in alpha was because I've to a certain level forgotten what it feels like to or what it means to be somebody that is a struggling trader. I'm not a struggling trader right now. I think I'm more or less like maybe a struggling, would I say businessman? Because now I'm just trying to see how I'll be able to use the money I'm getting from trading to put other places so I don't go broke. That sort of stuff. Do you understand? So it's not trading that I'm struggling with now. It's more or less life choices or money choices. Do you understand? I think it's something that we'll talk about. We'll talk about some other time because we just have like 3 minutes remaining. Do you understand? But I promise to talk about. I think our next session, let's say by the weekend, and then our next physical class is coming up. The free physical class is coming up. It's gonna be on the 20th. Yeah, it's on a Friday. So I'm gonna put it out there. I think from tomorrow I'll start putting it out there and then letting you guys know so you can register. Do you understand? Then someone said, how do you handle holding your winners and cutting your losses short? Now, when they say cut your losses short, it doesn't mean if trade goes against me 5 pips, I should just end it. Do you understand? What that means is like now, if I enter a buy here, and it's one of those misconceptions we always have about the market, and then I drop my stop loss here, and then I target the 1 hour high, which is somewhere around here. I have a 3 risk reward ratio. This is me cutting my losses short and then holding my winners long. But then I'm not just holding and then cutting them off indiscriminately. I'm more or less using systems. So why I'm dropping my stop loss here is if I get a confirmation here, that's like the low on the 5 minutes. So I'm dropping my stop loss there. If that confirmation is going to hold, then price is not supposed to break it below. Do you understand? And then my take profit is the 1 hour high. Do you understand? In this case, I am holding my winners long and then I'm cutting my losses short. So someone said, is it okay to buy a 100K account after passing a 10K account? Yes, you'd have that boost of confidence and then you still have that whole proof that your trading strategy is working. Do you understand? So yeah, it's something you could do. And I think that's going to be the last question for tonight. So um, first of all, I want to appreciate everyone for coming onto the session. If you have more questions, you can drop them on the group and then I answer you guys. Do you get? And watch out for the whole live session. If you're in Abuja, I would advise you to join or to attend or enroll to attend because this time I'm going to be bringing more traders. Do you understand? More people that are experienced in the business. Do you get? So you can get their insight also. Let's not be that it's only from my mouth. And honestly, I know a lot of guys that are traders. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of them, and then I've mentored a lot of them. Do you understand? Now, for those that are watching this video on YouTube, like and subscribe to the page, and be sure to join our free community where we post all these updates from time to time. If you want the link, you can check it. I think it's on either on my story or in my bio. You can use it to join. Okay, someone said I'll be back from school then. I must come for this session by first. No worries. I look forward to seeing you all. So have a very wonderful evening, guys. I'll catch you guys some other time. Take care, guys. Good night. It's on the 20th. That person asked it on the 20th.